My name is Ahmed Muna and I'm 28 years old. I work in Salah ad-Din Street at the Educational Bookshop in East Jerusalem.
My name is Stahl. I am 26 and I work in a small startup called Gamiti.
Jerusalem is my city. Jerusalem is where I feel home. And Jerusalem is the city that I grew up in. So, you know, when you tell me where's home, I normally say it's Jerusalem.
Well, Jerusalem is my home. It's always been my home. It's the only city in the world that I know quite well. And I grew up here. This is basically all I know.
The Nakba represents, and I guess not only to me, but to many Palestinians, the Nakba is, and to start with, actually, the Nakba means catastrophe in Arabic. And the Nakba is the reminder of every Palestinian of the destruction that the Palestinians went through in 1948. 750,000 people who left their houses and they were made refugees. The Nakba is a reminder that there was 514 villages that were destroyed. 30,000 people lost their lives.
Independence Day is a celebration day for me. We do barbecues. That's the main extent of it. It comes right after Memorial Day. So it does have some sad connections, and it does make me think about the people who have, you know, given their lives so that I can live here, you know, fairly peacefully.
It's not enough to have peace. We should be looking, when we talk about this, we should be looking at peace and justice. I think there's two things that come together, and peace without justice is not exactly peace. So peace for me is having dignity, having equality, having freedom, having basic rights.
I think the peace process has failed many times because it's complicated. There's a lot of emotions involved, there's religion involved, there's history, and, you know, every time you bring these complicated emotional things to the table, it doesn't always work out.
I think for peace to be achieved, first of all, we have to be serious about it. We're not really on an equal footing. We're not on an equal ground. I think for the Palestinians and the Israelis to actually want to be talking about peace, they need to feel equal at least. And at the moment, I don't think it takes a genius to discover that we're not on equal ground.
I think if we had peace, my day-to-day life wouldn't look that different. I'd still be studying, working, living in the same places. The one thing, though, that I think might change is that maybe we could all go everywhere. You know, there are places in Israel that I can't go, and there are definitely places in Israel that a lot of people, you know, a lot of Arabs or Palestinians, I don't really know enough to know where exactly, but I think maybe that would change, and there are places I'm curious to see.
The current status quo for Israel is very good in the eyes of Israel, of course, in the eyes of the Israeli government, and therefore there's no incentive for a peace process. There's no incentive to come to the table of the Palestinians, because actually, if anything, for Israel to make a peace agreement, in Israel's eyes, it's a loss rather than a gain.
I think very smart people have tried to achieve peace here. It hasn't happened yet.
The peace plan that Trump is building, deal of the century, is consulted by the Israelis, I happen to believe. I see that any peace plan that's going to come from this administration is not going to be good for the Palestinians. It's not going to be just for the Palestinians. I don't see how the Palestinians are going to agree.